Hey my friends, I hope you are fine. Today I bring you here for us a lyrics that for me is very deep, you know. I listened to the song many times and the idea behind the song I believe we can discuss and we can learn with that. So what I recommend for you to do, you get the song, you listen, after you listen you study here in this video with me all the verses, all the lyric, and you can try to understand, interpret the idea of the song. We can try to understand what is the message and how can maybe this can be applied in our lives, you know. So the name of the song is The Kids Aren't Alright. And look at the first verse of the song. We were young, the future was so bright, right? So what that mean? You know, the future was so bright. Probably the person, the singer, he is comparing the present and the past, right? So this song is about the past, about memories, about some nostalgia from a better moments in the past, you know. And the other verse he say, the older neighborhood was so alive, and the neighborhood was so alive. What I understood, I really wanted to listen your view, but what I understood, the old neighborhood was so alive. That means a group of people. This idea of neighborhood is a metaphor, just to say a group of people can be a literal neighborhood, but I believe it's more about the people that were with you when you were young, when you were a teenager, when you were a kid. The song is speaking about this, my neighborhood, my old neighborhood. Probably we can translate this like my old group of friends, the people around me when I was a kid, you know. So the old neighborhood was so alive, alive. What does that mean? Alive means that probably the people were happy, were doing things that they were happy to do. They were enjoying the life, you know. Again, the past. This is not the present anymore, and probably not the future. This idea is always connected with the past in the song. The other verse, he said that every kid on the Holden Street. So again, this idea for me, maybe you don't agree with me and bring your opinion, please. But for me, this he say about the street, the neighborhood is a metaphor for people when he was a kid. You know, he said was gonna make it big and not be beat. So the people in the past of his life were living right, were living great. Probably they were, I don't know, with their families, they were enjoying their life. I believe that meant. And he say now the neighborhood is cracked and torn. So this means that everything's a mess up, everything's confused, everything's not well. Again, he's speaking about the past that was better than the present moment. Okay, so continue here. He say that the kids are grown up, but their lives are warm. The idea here is about, okay, we grew up, but we didn't improve. You know, I believe basically that. So, and now I will read the two verses ahead. He say this: how can one little street swallow so many lives? Now again, this street means the environment, the people. You know, it's not a literal street. You know, he's speaking about how can the destiny, you know, swallow so many lives. So the street is the destiny, is the life. You know, now we go to the other part of the song that he say, chances thrown, nothing is free, right? Longing for what it used to be. This verse here, now I will bring in my personal view. If I need to say what is the most impactful verse for me is that chances thrown. Because I believe we regret a lot for the things from the past, right? Oh, I could do better. If I could back in the past, I would do something different. So this part for me is very heavy. You know, nothing's free. The same because as you are growing, as you are getting older, you realize that it's true, nothing is free, right? Everything in the life is difficult, so everything we do, we need to pay some way, you know. So makes a lot sense. And he say, still it's hard to see, fragile lives, shattered dreams. So this is interesting, right? Hard to see. That's hard to see. You are not well. It's hard to see your friends when you see a friend for a long time and he's not okay. I had a friend that he has many problems. When I listen to the song, I remember him. It's sad to say this, right? But it's the reality in my life. I remember he's a guy that grew up with me, and he divorced. He married, like stayed 2 years married. When he divorced, he was completely different with anxiety, depression. So now his life is a mess. So for me, it's very sad to see this because he's a guy that really looked up until now, even until with these problems, But it's very sad. So and shattered dreams like this. For example, I have a cousin, a woman, and she got pregnant for a guy that she said he was very toxic with her, and that was very difficult because she's a single mother now. And I remember she had a dream to live abroad, to make a college, and her dreams was destroyed, right? Shattered dreams, you know. And if you go a little ahead in the song, I believe this part is very interesting here. Uh, he brings some examples, right? So if you see here, I'm sorry, let's just okay, adjust here. So if you see here, he say about people. He bring cases like Jamie had a chance. Well, she really did. Instead, she dropped out and had a couple of kids. That is exactly what happened with my cousin, like I told. And she's very frustrated because of this. I'm not saying have kids is bad enough, but in her context, it was like this, it was a frustration. He said about Mark still lives at home because he's got no job. He just play guitar and smoke a lot of pot. So that is again, I have examples like this around me. I have friends in this condition. I have a friend that he doesn't he didn't finish the college, and now he's over 30, and he has no job, no hope. He just plays video games. He doesn't play guitar, but plays video game. It's the same case of Mark in the song. Other case, more serious about, he say, Jay committed suicide. Brandon, Odd, and Diet. I will focus more on this first part about Jay. Again, I have this, I had a friend that he was very sad. He finished the relationship, and in 2020, during the pandemic, he suicide because he was without job. So I can understand him. Other case here, and we keep following right here. He say, "What the hell is going on? The cruise dream reality." And it's interesting, right? Because this part he say, "What the hell is going on?" Sometimes we do that, right? We ask ourselves, "What the hell is going on?" Because the life is like this. So I would like now to conclude this video. After this, he will repeat the song. But after this analysis, this short analysis, I would like to listen from you. So what does that means to you, these lyrics? When you see these lyrics in that way, study each verse, how do you feel about that? Do you think about someone in your life? Do you think about some condition that makes sense? I will bring it now my personal view. I'm very open here, so I can connect with this. When I was a kid, I had many friends, a group, not a many, but a few like 8 or 9 friends that we talk a lot about travel to Japan because we love anime. Um, we talked a lot about travel around Brazil. We will play video games together all the lives. We are gonna live near each other, and now nothing of this happened. And I completely see that in the song. And the idea of street makes sense for me is literal because I remember my street. Just to have an idea, in my group of friends, two died. I had a people that was abused and had a single mother. I had this friend with no job. So all these cases mentioned in the song, I know. So for me, the song has a very deep meaning. And for you, looking the lyric, now I ask you again, listen the song. After all of this, how do you feel about the song? Please bring me your opinion. And I believe song is the best way to study and to reflect. Okay, so see you. Keep studying. Keep looking good things like this. Okay, bye bye.